Closer, man.
Okay, let me get this now.
Yeah, move that. Oh, you know what? Move this. Let me move it out of the way. There we go. All right. Hey, we're live, man. We're just trying to get organized here. Paul, stop by.
Hello.
Yeah. Move your chair over. Make sure you're in the shot.
Okay.
There you go. Good.
There you go.
I try to get more light in here. You look a little dark on, man. Let me see if I can get some light. You don't have to take your hat off if you don't want. Let me get more light in the room. Legends and super legends.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get more. There we go. Let me move this over here.
Yeah.
There we go. We got all kinds of little things here. Trying to move this around. Why is it grabbing? Something's grabbing the cord. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I want to feel people can see you.
There we go.
Super legends. Let's see here. All right. We don't see anybody yet. Let's go over here. Usually we have a few people waiting. There we go. There's Robert. Hey, Robert. We're trying to get situated here, making some room for Paul.
Hi, Robert.
There we go. So we got Paul. Paul stopped by so that we could.
Here they come.
That's Farmer. And then Carlos. Hey, guys. Yeah, Paul stopped by today so that we could sign that jersey for Christopher Roxbury.
Yeah.
And then some other stuff we're working on in the studio. So he was here, and it was close to time to start this. I just suggested, why don't you stick around so we can just do it. This is not going to be the norm. Usually our schedules are pretty crazy. So
Best time to see everybody.
Yeah. So Paul has his own setup. Hey, how you doing, Peter? So we got the jersey signed.
Yeah.
Corey Schultz. Hey, Corey. Corey, yes, I did a shout out to you, Corey, last week. I want to thank you for becoming a super legend. I got an email from Patreon. Said
hey, Chris.
Christopher Roxbury, show him the jersey. Right
there
on time. Paul came to sign your jersey, so he decided to stick around for the...
Can you see it?
Let's see here. What's the signature? You can't see that. I don't know if it's
closer.
Clear. It's not very clear on the camera. It's in the red. It's kind of hard to show the other side. Let's see if this one will show up better. We signed it above where the Chianti is. Right there. That's my signature. And then on this side, show him the other side. There's Paul's signature right there.
Right here.
The way we did it, Chris, to make sure that it did not go through, because we used a permanent point pen. That's what you want to do. It's basically one of these. Any permanent will work. I did the research on them. You want to make sure it's permanent, but it needs to be this point for it to work. You can't just use something that's blunt, or it does not work. And then we stretched the fabric to make sure it didn't grab. And that's why when you see it, it's very cool. It's very subtle. That's kind of what you want. So it becomes a collector's item. So you can see that. Open that up so he can really see this one here. Maybe we should zip it up. Let's zip it up. Zip it up together and we'll show it to him. So I'm gonna put it in the mail to you. You're welcome, Chris.
There we go.
Now he's gonna appreciate it. So now when you look at the front of the jersey, we didn't want it to be just in your face.
So you have a Veloharmony here.
And then look, you got the date on the other side, but look where the signatures are. Right there and right there. Collector's item. Instant collector's item. So
enjoy it, Chris.
We're going to send that to you. We want to thank you for supporting the channel. We appreciate that. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome. So the rest of you who are on Patreon, make sure you get your addresses in there. The 15th of February will be the next selection for our patron of the month. And there's a bunch of goodies down here. We got a bigger bin. My wife went out and bought a larger bin with all the jerseys, and I've got another bin for parts and other things that we're going to get. So I'm going to start ordering. Just keeping things in order for all the selection and get you guys quality stuff. So the next thing that will be coming is this one. The protein base layer. I don't know if you guys think we should sign them or not. It's in the package. It's unopened. That's a base layer from Rafa.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to sign it because it's kind of like a mesh, you know. I don't know. Maybe we could sign the neck or something.
Rafa makes the best stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a protein base layer.
Mm-hmm. So who is this idiot called Munez Goro coming up here calling people's names? I'm gonna ban him permanently. He needs to go get a life. Yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time to waste on this channel.
He was there last time.
I know, but he's obviously he's got problems, so he's no longer welcome here. That's what I love about YouTube. He can go somewhere else. We don't have time to waste. So yeah, we'll autograph that one. We'll just do it in the neck area. See where that is?
Right.
We'll sign that one for the next drawing and let that go. Jeffrey said he'd like a jersey. Yeah, if you win a jersey, we'll autograph it. We're gonna autograph all the jerseys. We're gonna have a signing to where maybe next week we'll get our schedule together. Paul will come in. He's not gonna be doing one of these again, but he'll come in so we can get all the jerseys signed. I just got the bins that I showed you, and we'll get them organized to where all the jerseys are signed, and that way we know exactly what's available, and so everything becomes a collector's item. We added some of the La Pasión jerseys to it. Just wanted to show you guys. We got spotty wear. Let me bring this bin over here so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see them. So spotty wear. This one's already signed. We're signing before the thing began. Paul signed this side. I signed. This is a spotty wear jersey. Really nice color, chartreuse. And then we've got a couple of.
It's matching what I'm wearing.
Yeah, you're right. That is the same color. Chartreuse. We've got La Pasión jerseys here. We'll sign these as well. So there's a bunch of jerseys, real high quality stuff. This is from Prenda Ciclismo.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this.
You like this one?
One of my favorite.
Okay. And then let's see, we got more spotty wear here. We got the different colors. There was a black spotty wear jersey. I don't know how we're going to sign that because you'd have to use a real light marker, so we may not be able to put any signatures on that one. Okay. But we've got a bunch of jerseys here. This is a nice La Pasión jersey.
Yeah.
Very for warm weather. It's got very good ventilation. Very just good quality stuff. So I'm keeping everything organized to where we're gonna make sure the patrons get their just desserts. Hey, Victor, welcome.
Hello, Victor.
So yeah, I mean, so it's kind of cool. I'm excited. I'm glad that we're able to get the signature on there. It turned out really good. I think you'll really like it, Chris. I'm glad we're able to show it to you. So we should fold that one. Where do we put that? It's in there. Okay.
Look.
What?
L said nice Nike.
Oh. And Shimano just released the new RC 901 in the neon green. What is that? That's the is that a shoe? RC 901. Is that a shoe?
I don't know.
That sounds like a model number. A model number of what? So
they always come up with these numbers,
Yeah, I know. They got the R9000, which are pedals. I don't know what the RC 901 is, but it could be anything. Yeah, they're always releasing stuff so they can get your money.
He said, "Yep, it's a shoe."
Okay. That's pretty wild.
Good to know.
Very visible.
Maybe I'll look for that next time.
Yeah. So we're gonna, but that's good. We've got a bunch of good stuff for the super legends of the channel, just to show our appreciation for all you guys that have chosen to support our work. If you notice, this week turned out a lot more videos. It's been a rest week for me since December till mid-January. That's 6 weeks of just a lot of writing. So this week I kind of cut everything down, let my body absorb it, and then tomorrow I start back up. So we're gonna do tomorrow. I looked at the weather. I didn't bring my phone. It's supposed to forget about rain. It's supposed to be windy. When you look at the weather on the Apple phone and they have these lines that look like a squiggle, it's gonna be you're gonna be in for it. So that wind is forecasted. I mean, the wind's always out there, but when they put that on there, it's going to be really brutal tomorrow. And it's supposed to start around 10 or 11 C and drop.
Okay, this is a Yahoo. It's showing 68.41 low. That's tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about 68. Maybe what is it
Highest.
now? It's probably now. Maybe they're probably
Let's
looking
see
at.
what the
Yeah, because the Apple weather said that it was going to be in the 50s to start. I'm talking about Saturday morning. It'll be in the 50s and it will drop in the 40s Fahrenheit. So it'll probably start like 12 C and drop to like 6 C while we're out there, and then brutally windy. So the people who don't dress right, they're gonna be cold out there.
I know.
So yeah, you got to pay attention to the details. Let's see what the guys are saying here. Hey James, welcome. Said Charlie Hughes, have you seen Rafa's new sponsorship EF kit? If so, what do you think? Yeah, I've seen it. They sent the email. They're trying to get us to buy it. I have no interest in wearing Education First kit. It's just the same training jersey. In fact, I have a video coming out with their training jersey. I bought one in purple. Yeah. If you want to support the team, yeah, you can get it because it's the one that they put out is their training jersey.
Yeah.
They're using the pro team line. That's what I like about Rafa. We're wearing what their pro team wears.
I like the colors though, man.
Yeah,
I like
pink
the pink
and the purple. Yeah.
It's pretty
So some people mentioned yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Wednesday. I'm gonna look into Rafa Custom down the road, but what's gonna happen? We will have to get enough pre-orders for us to kick it off. So we've got 2 people that said they were interested in it, and we'll see whether that enthusiasm spreads. But I will do the necessary research, find out what the price points are, see what's required, and then announce it and set up a pre-order on the web store. If we get enough pre-orders, then we can go ahead and kick it off and have Rafa do our kit. That would be something down the road, not immediate, but
that would be pretty cool.
That's the long-term plan because I like their stuff. We have a lot of their stuff anyway. We might as well move the team kit there, So it will definitely be the pro team line, either the lightweight or flyweight. Probably the flyweight would be really cool to have because you can always put base layers under there. Yeah, the EF team kit is very nice.
Yeah.
You guys know I like pink. They have pink. They got all my colors. Pink, purple. I saw blue.
Yes.
Looks like a combination like burgundy, the whole range.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it. I'm not going to be buying an EF kit. I don't like to wear other team jerseys per se unless they're vintage, old school.
I'm pretty sure they're going to play with the colors.
Oh yeah. They're just starting out. But if you look at it, there's a video that on the ad that is sent.
And
when you go to the site,
I've seen you with a cool kit from Sky.
Team Sky.
Team
Okay,
Sky.
You're talking about
the jersey, pretty much.
Are you talking about the one with the badging?
Yeah.
That was the collector's item when Team Sky left. I have the jersey that has all the badges of all the races they won. Remember that one? I had to buy at full price. It's sold out like that.
I know.
And so it's unique. Yeah, definitely. But I don't like to buy just the regular team kits per se.
Yeah. And
parade around in it. Hey, we're making our own team kit. That's what I'm gonna wear. Mm-hmm. I wear the regular stuff in our team kit. That's kind of where I stick. And then the old school guys, I'll wear Geminiani and other teams like that. But it's very nice. They're using the pro team, which makes sense. So in essence, the Rafa Pro Team line gives professional quality clothing to everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's really what I talked about in this video. Remember when I made the lightweight, the flyweight bib video? That's what I mentioned. Yeah. Pro Team quality stuff available for all. That's what Rafa brings to us. So it's nice to know they're using the same stuff that they sell us and their team's using it.
The comfort is amazing.
Yes, I love that. They call it training jersey, but it might as well. I don't know where you place it. It's probably between the lightweight and the featherweight. They're so close. It's like I think they want to keep you confused so you can buy all of them.
They just look good.
Yeah, they look really good. So Larry Erb said he's at work. Well, thanks for stopping by, Larry. No worries. Yeah, the EF kit is nice. I like it. And if you're into that, get a kit. If you get the kit, get the whole thing. Yeah. You're going to wear the whole thing. I think that's cool. If you notice, Moore wears dimension data.
Yes.
Now, the reason he does is he works for Deloitte.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Moore works from home. He's like a manager. He was telling me last Thursday. I told you when you hook up with Moore, you learn a little bit each time.
Every time.
Yeah. So he works for the accounting firm that sponsors that thing. And somehow, that's why I was wondering why he always has the dimension data jersey. Deloitte is one of the sponsors.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Good to
I
know.
just made the connection. I didn't ask him, but I could just tell. But he's a manager. He works in accounting and finance, something like that. He said he used to do audits. I think I mentioned that to you. He used to travel to do audits, and it affected his training. So he took a lesser role. So now he works on project-based stuff to where he doesn't do 9 to 5.
Smart.
Yeah. So he's got deadlines that he can work on anytime. He doesn't have to do 9 to 5. So he manages other people. So, so it's kind of cool. Let's see here. Jeffrey Davis, I've got heaven on a rainy day. Amazon boxes with cycling bits and a velo session. Cycling bits. What are you getting from Amazon? That's cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. You can put your drink here if you want, my brother. Let me move this stuff. Yeah, just put it on the envelope. There's nothing in there I care about. It's just bills. You can stain it. They don't care. They'll get the check.
Wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got cycling stuff. Cool, man. That's good. That's Christmas all over again. I love that. I love to get new stuff, start going through them. I don't know if I told you guys I ordered a jersey from Rafa. You know about it. The color is teal, and it's unusual. And it was the last one they had in my size, and it came with a nick on the arm, almost like scissors cut it. And fortunately, I was able to get the repair department to agree, because the process is you take pictures of it, send it in, and look to see if they can repair it. Thankfully, they're able to repair it, because I didn't want to return it because the price was really good. You remember?
Yes.
And you're not going to get that price. They're not going to give you a rain check and all that kind of stuff. So I was able to send it back. It was my wife's idea. Find out whether they can repair it, because I was bothered by, if I send it back, they'll just give me my money back. But then I got to buy it at full price if it comes back. So I got a color that's unusual. They have the socks, but they didn't have it in my size. So I wasn't able to get the socks.
No.
That's the sock that you told me to look on La Pasión for.
It's gone? The size is gone?
The size is going on Rafa.
Okay.
Not La Pasión.
Okay.
The Rafa socks matches the jerseys better than La Pasión's teal.
Okay, yeah.
Because Rafa calls it dark teal, not just teal. They just play around with us, guys. Yeah. And the shade is just a little off. So I want to get it from Rafa.
It's the same thing with the orange jersey. Also, the Rafa jerseys, the orange and the socks, it just doesn't match the same.
Yeah. That's just
unless you have a Rafa sock. I was like, these guys, come on, man.
Yeah, the shade is important. Remember the La Pasión orange socks?
Yes.
That goes with that summer jersey I bought?
Yes.
They're spot on. If I try to use another orange, remember all the orange socks we have because of the shading.
Yeah,
it's always different. It's hard to really nail it down. Those are the little bits and pieces that makes things pop. So you can have a jersey that's old, but you get the right sock to pull out a color. And I told you about the burgundy jersey that came. No, purple. It's purple.
The purple with
the black armband.
Yeah, I got one too.
You got one too?
Yeah,
Okay,
as soon as you told me.
Okay, good. It was a good price. It was like $80-something.
$87.
Yeah, so I got that, and then I got purple socks. They were on sale.
Yeah, $10.
$10. Yeah, I got the purple sock because you can do black or purple. I wanted to have purple and that purple ends up going with some of the older classic flyweight that we already had. So I go through my closet. I take these socks. I have a sock drawer right by the closet. I keep it open and I go through and I look to see which colors I need to get and which colors I already have. I don't just buy socks indiscriminately. I buy them to go with something or to go with multiple things. That's the way you end up with just too much stuff. Let's see here. Steven said, hi, what a surprise. Elder and Paul together, two super legends. Good to see you both. Welcome, man. Yeah, Paul came to sign jerseys today, and we had another little project we're working on in the studio. So we decided that it was close to the time. I'm glad he's able to stay, because Paul usually has a lot going on Fridays. So it's kind of cool. But tomorrow's ride is going to be vicious because of the winds we're going to be having. There is a cold front coming in again. And after tomorrow, everything goes down, just cold. And then maybe 9 or 10 C for a high, but it's going to feel like 5 or 6 because of the prevailing northern flow. Sunday's going to be cold. So this is why we buy all the gear that we do. Because I'm riding on Sunday. I didn't ride much this week. and I kind of missed that.
I was
So-
surprised this last Sunday you did.
I rode solo. I rode 4 hours
What
by
happened?
myself. Yes.
What happened?
Well, it was a matter of time management, and the good thing was when I got back, the family was just getting up.
Okay.
So I rolled out the same time we do,
Mhm.
and just went straight. And on the way there, decided I didn't want to deal with any drama, and just headed out. You know, there weren't a whole lot of cyclists out. I just went 1488 west.
Yeah.
I did the Keenan and our Raven Chapel South, Andui.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. So-
Yeah, you surprised me because I thought, why would you want to do that on a Sunday? Usually
Usually I try to hook up with a
Yeah.
group, but for some reason I was just in the mood to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of cool. I really enjoyed the ride.
Yeah.
There was no waiting. I might have had elapsed time that was 3 minutes off from my moving time. You know, I just wasn't in the mood, you know, and that's good. A group ride now and then is fine. We get the Saturday to ride with them. Rest of the time is like extra. And so if I had gone with them on Sunday and they had waited for anything, I would have kept on going. So I just decided I'm just going to go. So when I got back home, it was like 10 something. It was early.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I got to hang out with my kids, watch Tom and Jerry with them. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, you
You know.
finished early.
Yeah. So I really used my time well. Yeah. So let's see. Master Legend.
Davide.
We got Heaven on a Rainy Day. We already talked about that. Chris says he likes the EF kit. I do too. It's awesome. I love pink. You guys know that.
Good test, Chris.
Yeah. He said, put any brand Veloharmony kit together. Any brand. What do you mean any brand? I guess. What do you mean by any brand, Chris? Yeah, I will. Rafa allows you to do your own design. They sent me an email about their custom. Yeah, they say you can do it online, do your design, whatever. I already have the JPEGs and all that kind of stuff, you know. And so we'll do something, and then we'll start the pre-order process, or what they call it, pre-sales. Because when we rode with UMC, they would design the kit, and then everybody had to make a commitment financially. Basically, everybody paid, and the guy gathered all the funds and sent it to the vendor. And the vendor produced the jerseys, and the jerseys came later. Now, I remember one time the jerseys came, and some people still had not paid.
Right.
You know, and that was okay because it was close enough. He filled up the difference, but most people had already paid because he needed that money to place the order.
Right.
And that's what I mean about the pre-order. So yes, we will be designing, and of course, it will be top notch. You guys know that. So that's on the list. We're definitely going to be done. Already have a lot of their stuff. We might as well make the team kit through Rafa. And then we can do gloves and other things later, you know. So that's kind of cool. I got to dig more into
what we need is our own team jacket.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, you know, we got to start with the kit first because you know how they are. The jackets are going to be a little pricier and they're not going to be putting it on sale. Yeah. Ideally, what I'd like to see is that I have to find out how to do it. I would like to have them handle the disbursements of the stuff. Have people order the kit on the Rafa site and let Rafa handle the shipping. I don't have time for all of that.
Yeah.
I would prefer that they do that. So I would look into that. That way we have a Veloharmony place, just like they have their Team EF thing on sale.
Right.
They could put ours on sale. I don't know if they do that because I haven't seen any other custom being sold. They may not do that. It may be better for them to ship it to us and we disburse it. So either way, it's fine. But we're going to look into how to design that. Let's look up there. Which says, he said, Paul is so laid back. This is Jeffrey. Jeffrey Davis says, Stephen.
Yeah,
so Stephen said that it was cool to see you here. You're so laid back. Okay, let's see. Eric Nell, welcome. From San Diego, California. Beautiful city. I have visited that place. It's beautiful. I was down by the docks. I think there were big ships and stuff. Just a pretty place. The weather's always cool.
You've been
by
all
the
over
coast.
the place.
Yeah, I used to travel, you know, computer work, consulting all over the place. Los Angeles, all these places, New York, Boston, you know. And so San Diego's beautiful, man. It's just the weather is just great. You know, it can be nice by the ocean side, and you go inland, it's a little warm, but it's never hot and sticky like here. I know I'm going to get heat waves from time to time. Inland.
It's a good weather. I've been at like a Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Santa Barbara. It's pretty similar.
El Mascarado said, once you go Rafa, you never go back. I cannot argue with that. I mean, how do you argue with that? I can't. I mean, I love this stuff. The stuff is functional. It works. It looks good. Feels good. Oh, yeah. And another thing, guys, their jersey, I don't know what they're doing. You know how many of you have been there. You go and you ride, and then you come home, and let's say you haven't changed yet, and you're smelly.
Yeah.
You don't get that with Rafa stuff. My little girls, they tell me all the time.
Yeah. I
have some jerseys, you wear it, during the ride, you start smelling. The jersey just, remember that yellow Santini? Yeah.
Santini.
Yeah. So
I have a couple.
Yeah. So the jersey, so Rafa stuff, they have and they tell you in the marketing spiel, and you think it's just talk, but it does not smell. Yeah. So when you come home and you have not had a chance to change, you're not smelly around other people. Or not even come home. You stop at a cafe or something, you're not smelly. So that's all the little things they put in there. Now, I'm sure the other manufacturers are good.
And talking about smell, here in Texas, let's talk about Houston. We just have a certain smell outside with the wind.
Yeah.
And it gets on a garment, and you can smell it. People can smell it on you.
Yeah. So, I mean, especially in the summer, the standing water.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the Rafa stuff, when they talk about anti-odor or odor protection, whatever they call it, it works. It's real. You get back, you smell the stuff, it still smells cool. Yeah. So I really like that about that. All the little things there. So yeah, we will design a serious kit. Then he says, I agree. I'm not a fan of the team kit. This is Charlie. Maybe they could release the colors without all the logos. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that because that makes the team kit, yeah. But what I like is that they're literally specified that what's out now is a training jersey. Mm. They're going to make other ones for when they start competing. Right now, they called it the training. You know how pro team training jersey?
Yes.
That's what the EF kit is right now. Okay. That's that training kit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it said on the site. It's the training jersey. It's not like the flyweight or whatever else. They're letting you know which part of the line is currently being advertised for that team. So it's a training jersey. It's the one I just got the training jersey. I have a video in production that's coming out about the training jersey. So you got training jersey, flyweight, midweight, lightweight. Yeah, how do you decide where they fall? That training jersey is right between the lightweight and the flyweight. So depending on what your temperature range is doing, after a while you get crazy. Yeah. I think they do that on purpose. So let's see here. This is Joe Field. Joe Field. Hello guys, I really enjoy your channel. Never learned to ride a bike until 1/1. Well, good for you. January 1st. Yeah, once you learn, you don't forget how to ride a bike. S. Brito from New York City. You're welcome, my brother. He said, thank you for your dedication and good intentions. I'm glad you like the channel, S. Brito. Let's see here. Jeffrey Davis, he said, cleats, tubes, little stuff. I'm keeping the cycling budget tight. I'd like to earn a second this fall. A second budget. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just, I try to get what I need before I run out. That's the key. Little knickknacks, little tools, and different things. You got to have what you need. So Jay says, sorry, I'll bike until this year. Oh, okay. Joe feels a lady in your 50s. I really enjoy your video. Have a good day, guys. Okay. I wonder what the J is for. Joe feels she's a lady. Well, welcome. We don't have a whole lot of ladies percentage-wise that watch this channel, so it's good to see. Yeah. We got a lady named Katie. She beats the crap out of us on the road. Can you remember Katie? Katie says, it's Saturday after all. Yeah, Katie is tough, man.
I got a phone call from my brother. He happened to see the video.
Okay.
We rode with Katie.
With Katie, okay.
So he asked, who is the lady in the video? She really put it down.
Oh, shit. Now, guys, what Paul's talking about, Katie, is there's a guy named Christian. He was on the last live session. Yeah. Christian is he rides with us, but he's also a rep for Santini. Mm-hmm. He was the one that hooked us up with the Santini office in Arizona that handled our order for our kits. Christian's the guy who I said rides everything on two wheels. Mountain bike, cyclocross, strong boy, just all around. Christian told Paul after the ride with Katie that he was tired. Then he told me. I think he asked. I think he told me about the lady. Who was that woman?
Yeah, who was that woman?
Christian is Italian, so his native language, of course, is Italian, and he knows English. So when he switches over to English, you get a bit of the Italian pronunciation. He said, "You remember that woman?" Well, there was only one woman in the group, so I knew who he was talking about. He said. He rode with her and she was strong. This is after we stayed back with Paul, Mo, myself, and Paul. They continued, and that woman wore him out.
Well, guys, we have actually ridden with Katie before, so we knew what kind of power she can put out.
You remember there was a morning where we were riding.
Yeah.
Katie was out spinning on research.
Yeah.
As we went across Egypt Road, I rode up to her and I said, "You're Katie, right?" Yeah. She was just out spinning. Yeah. Because we'd ridden with them before, so we're gonna be riding with them as well again. I mean, so yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna keep it interesting around here. So I love it when the women put the power down. It's tough because women actually are built better for cycling than men generally because women have something about their limbs, the way they're built, the hips and their femur. They're just designed to be natural cyclists. Just in case you're a woman and you're thinking, oh no, it's not just a guy thing. Let's see here, who is that?
Joe Phil said she's in the UK, so.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Yeah, we have a lot of riders out there like Aaron. Remember Aaron?
Yeah.
And then I think Stephen is also in the UK. The United Kingdom. You guys are having some challenges with the Brexit thing. I keep hearing on the news, and it's a little disturbing, because supposedly if they can't get a deal or something, it creates a problem for shipping and other stuff across the borders, So I hope they can work that out. It's enough chaos going on in the world. Davide Brunati, welcome. The Italian from Germany. I remember him. And then we got Syed Mustafa Hashimi. I love those names. That is so cool. Mustafa, that's a cool name. That's almost African. Some other guys, Mustafa. I've heard that name, but not yet.
Mustafa is very common in Africa.
Yeah, it is. Mustafa Hashimi. Now that's a cool ring to it. Like Stefano Mancini. He's not here today. Let's see. Who do we have? The black guy in the green. LOL, can't see him. He's talking about you. Yeah, we're having trouble with the lighting here. I tried to move the lamp.
Who said that?
That's what's his name? Syed.
Okay.
Mustafa. He said he can't see you.
Oh, Mustafa.
Let me move the lamp over to your side. I've got a table lamp here, and I'm not sure why the wire is not cooperating.
Hey, Mustafa, I'm just a dark man. You can see it dark.
Let me see if I move this lamp over to where you are, whether it will make a difference. I got all kinds of portable lighting. I don't know if I have this lamp over here. Yeah. There we go. Hey, I shed some light on the subject. Hey, man, you come to Veloharmony, you got a problem, we can solve it. Syed Mustafa Hashimi. Now you can see. He said, I need to sort out lighting too. Well, what happened is in the studio, the lighting is resolved. As you see the videos, you see I have lighting in the studio. In this office, I do regular business here. I'm on the computer doing other stuff. My wife shares the office with me. You can see there's another workstation back there. You can see Elmo back there. You guys haven't met Elmo.
But you know what I've experienced though, when I see you, when I'm sometimes when you do this, the light goes dark, it comes up.
Yeah, it's because there's windows.
Okay.
That's Elmo. Elmo's my helper. And then the other one over there, my daughter put him in there. The heart lights up. My little girls put him on there. All right, Elmo, that's enough. But anyway, I know what you're talking about. What happened is the lighting is changing because most of this is in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And remember, we're facing east here. So as the sun moves away from this window, the camera is trying to adjust to the lighting changes. That's why I try to use this lamp. a lot of times. That's why I've got that light on in the back to try to help it focus. Okay. That's what you're seeing. Okay. The lighting is changing literally.
Yeah.
And the camera sometimes will adjust and all of a sudden it gets bright. You notice that? Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they're experiencing. But
well, no. I mean, what he was saying is he couldn't see you because there was so many shadows. So when I moved this light over here, now you can see your face. Because when I put the light over there, just the shadows were not lit up. And that's what it was. So that's kind of cool, you know. So have to clock back in from lunch at work. I'll be looking for new viewers. Have a good day. Corey. All right, Corey. Thanks a lot, Corey. Corey's a super legend. Sayed said, honestly can't see the guy in the green. Can you turn on the lights? Thanks. I thought I just did. Oh, maybe that was after. That was before. That was the same one. That was before. Right? Yeah. Okay. Does weather determine? Robert wants to know, does weather determine the route you take on the ride? No, not really. We love going north. That's the most challenging area, or south. Well, kind of westerly towards like Sawmill. You're familiar with that. Yeah. Sawmill Road. The goal on the weekend, Robert, is to go places where we have fewer intersections between areas that you can work. We're looking for what I call high exercise potential roads. Yeah. We get a lot of stops during the week. When I ride during the week, I'll hit the Woodlands, or sometimes we'll go to Tomball, whatever. There's a lot of stops. Yeah. So you still get a decent workout. But the weekends, we want to go out what we call open road. We want to go out in the country. Yeah. So we look for rural roads so you can ride 10 kilometers before you come to an intersection. So you get a really good workout. That's what it is. I don't really worry about the weather too much. I just prepare for it. And this
gets stretched out.
Yeah. This weekend will be brutal because it will be windy. They said 20 to 25 miles an hour wind. That's stuff that can knock you off the bike if you're not paying attention. Yeah. So you're gonna see us tucked down when we're riding. And those that have bad fits, they're gonna be buffeted by the wind. That's they're gonna pay the price. That's the way it is. So let's see what we got here. I want to make sure I didn't get everybody. Just got your Kryptonite Mini 5 for taking on a Sportive. Hate the way it looks on the bike. Just got a Kryptonite Mini 5. Is that a pump? If it's a pump, just stick it in your pocket. I don't put a pump on my bike. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. Is that a lock? I don't know. Kryptonite Mini 5. Not sure what that is. If it's a pump, put it in your pocket. Have to clock in. Okay, I read that. Okay.
From Robert.
Dev. I skipped over Dev. That's what I'm trying to catch back up. Dev said, "Greetings, bless up, Paul. It's good to have you hang out today. I just get my SMP saddle dynamic. Can't wait to try it." Yeah, the SMP is a great saddle.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I found that make sure you get it dialed in right. Make sure you get the fore aft and the height, all of that done right. Let's see.
It looks like he paid the full price for that.
Yep. Ouch. It's like 2 something, I think. 239 usually. Yeah. Robert said answer that. So Eric says, please let us know how you like the SMP after you have had time to ride a few miles, considering buying one, but 249. Ouch. Well, it's a one-time purchase. It'll last for years. You'll get your money's worth. Farmer 2702. I wish that Rafa had 3X. Every time I look, 3X is lined out. Well, that means they had it and it's sold out. You got to move quickly.
Well, that's that problem.
They have that problem. I was talking about socks. I bought a jersey. I wanted to get the matching sock, and it's gone in my size. And so I made a note, personal. I don't put any wish list on Rafa. I don't want them to know what I'm trying to get, because then they won't put it on sale. If a lot of people put this stuff in their wish list, why should they put it on sale? So I keep my list offline. They have 3X, but it seems like it's popular. It sells out. So Chris said, brand meeting Rafa Santini. I just want a Veloharmony kit ASAP. Okay, I got you. I wonder what size. Yeah, Chris, what's your size? Are you like an XL, or are you like our size? I mean, I'm sending you an XL jersey, which is like a large Rafa. which is a 39 to 42. I think he's about our build.
Scroll down on the bottom. Sometimes when you answer up there, those guys are typing on the bottom.
Yeah, not yet. He's not there yet. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Kelvin says he loves the content. Welcome, Kelvin. Yeah. This channel is here to educate people primarily. No nonsense, common sense stuff, down to earth. Yeah. Basically from experience / research. We test everything. We don't just regurgitate what's out there. Paul, do you ever go on long outdoor rides alone? That's for you.
Yes, I do. It's not often, but I do trend sometimes. Go longest, it probably be 85 miles, thereabouts. So yeah, I do.
So Julie Jewelfield. Oh yeah, she gave us a name. Well, Julie, I hope you stick around. Definitely subscribe, because we've got stuff here for every cyclist that's out there. Nice to meet you. Glad you found the channel. Julie's from the UK.
Okay.
That's what this J was for. Dev Miller, I just put the bike on the trainer. It's great. I've been riding for 2 years. It's the best feeling I've ever had on a road bike. It's a mountain biker, but now I'm a roadie. Wow. Okay. I think he said he got the SMP, so he likes it.
Yeah.
The SMP was recommended, as you know. I read the blog from what's his name, Steve Hogg.
Yeah.
And I chose the Dynamic because Steve Hogg said that it seemed to work for the most people. And since we didn't have a store that had samples, I didn't want to spend, like he said, ouch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend ouch and then be stuck with, and it ended up just working, and I love it. And a lot of the guys that ride with Mo's group, remember last summer I was riding with them?
Yeah.
A lot of them have SMP.
Yeah, it makes sense to have, man.
It's just it's a good brand. They really have researched the anatomy of people. And just so you guys know, the Dynamic, at least I'm sure all the saddles applies. For women and men, it's the same saddle. They just create pink and other colors that women like when they cover it. The shape is exactly the same, you know. It's like, so that's the thing. And Steve Hogg put it in. He did an extensive write-up. That's why I keep referring to him. He's already done the write-up. There's no point in trying to reinvent the wheel.
And not to change the idea here, Chris just replied to your question there.
Oh, he's around our size. Okay.
Okay. Size.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah. I'm leaning towards Rafa, and what we're gonna do is I'll do the research, and then we'll come and make the announcement. We'll start the pre-sales. If I want to find out everything, I'm going to try to get a contact at Rafa, not just do it online. I want to talk to a person and get all the details involved for the entire process, so I understand what's involved, how long it will be, you know, that kind of stuff. Because depending on when you order stuff, if they're busy with early season stuff. So I don't know much about the custom stuff, but they've been pushing it. I got it in an email. You just go rafa.cc/ I think #custom or something like that, and you'll get it. It's a new thing that rolled out, I believe, sometime last year. Oh, yeah? It's relatively new. Someone had mentioned it on the channel, but they never put it on their menu. And so I went and I just did a search on Google, and sure enough, there was a custom, but they never put it. It's like they didn't want you to find it. Maybe it wasn't ready to be rolled out. Yeah. Even now, you can't go to the store and find a custom tab. You have to literally say rafa.cc/ / custom.
Okay. And then it will.
Yeah, there is no link sitting there. I don't know why, but should have got a reason. So they sent an email, and I saw that they were advertising it maybe a week or so ago. I got the email. So it's definitely legit. And El Mascarado is laughing. He said, when you said that you're a dark man.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yes, that I am.
Yeah. Brian King. Hey, Brian. He's from New Zealand. Amal Abdul Khalik from New Orleans. This man is in the Pelican State. That's our neighbor.
Yeah.
That's right next to us. New Orleans is in Louisiana.
Yeah. Our neighbors.
Our neighbors. So that's cool, Amal. Welcome to the channel. So El Mascara said lighting is on point now. Yeah, I just moved the lamp. And that's the thing about when I did the film school. You don't need, if you for those of you who are trying to do videos for whatever reason, YouTube, you don't need to buy studio lights per se. You just need a light on the subject. So if you have lamps and other things that you can use now, don't get me wrong, the studio lamps are more focused and they're brighter and whatever, but you don't need to break the bank. The studio lighting that I do when I do the videos in the studio, $50, remember?
Yeah.
$50 on Amazon. I have lighting that has its own stand, huge bulbs, and it just makes it look like daylight.
Yeah, it lights up the whole room.
And they have a screen and everything on it. Just really is designed for filming, and it didn't cost that much. So, you know, some people use like, what do you call those lamps you can get from Home Depot or whatever? The problem with those that they create a lot of heat.
Yeah,
just regular lighting that you can light up your yard or when you're working on your car. They will work for a shoot, but it gets hot.
It gets hot.
Yeah. So
I guess that's the kind that I showed you from where you were searching for.
Yeah, when I was looking, exactly. So that was the thing. So you see, right there, we
Yeah.
got more light. There was a light up here. I think a squirrel got to it or something. There one of these lights from the time we moved in this house where every now and then it will go dim, just one of them. And I don't know why, you know, but that's what it does. So when it went up, the camera adjusted. The lens is trying to deal with the lighting. When you have too much lighting, it goes down.
Yeah.
When you have less, then it's up like the iris of the eye. I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, let's see here. This is Cartesian. Love your work. After seeing some of your group rides, I noticed I haven't seen many big climbs. Are there any in your area? I'm not sure what you mean by a big climb. I guess you mean mountains.
Yeah.
We don't have any mountains in this area, but we've got climbs. I climbed 8,000 meters in December. That's climbing. You know, even when I went to Colorado, it wasn't no 8,000 meters. We were at altitude and stuff, but yeah, I think that's what you mean. We don't have mountains near us. We have hills. Where we go is between here and the hill country. If you go to Austin, Texas, they call it the hill country. We have short, stubby hills. Short meaning it might be half a kilometer, maybe, you know, but they'll break your legs. The gears that we ride those things in, yeah. Because when you're climbing a mountain, it's a different effort. It's steadier, yeah. So no, there are no big climbs in the area, but we've got, where we go, we've got climbs. This area is very flat. The Houston area is flat. Where we are, we're north of the city. So we're in a suburb near the area called the Woodlands, in a bigger area called Spring, Texas. So we have more climbs out here than the people that live southwest of here, which is very flat, like a table, like Kansas, you know. But you can still ride the flats into the wind and get a workout that will prepare you for the hills. The people in Denmark do that all the time.
Yeah, I gotta search for wind.
Yeah, you can replicate if you know what you do. So don't worry about whether you got big or small climbs. Effort is effort. What matters is the effort and the duration.
Yeah,
the body doesn't care. Effort is effort. If you can go hard in that zone for 20 minutes, doesn't matter if you're climbing or whatever. You just don't have to change your rhythm. That's all.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. I don't worry about that. When it's necessary to climb, I can climb. You just gotta, So don't, we don't have big climbs here, but no, it doesn't matter. Let's see here. This is Jimmy Kala. Why is there elitism in cycling and not any sports like, say, boxing or basketball? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of elitism in basketball. Why you think I got $200 Air Jordan shoes? I played basketball. It's full of it. Please. Are you kidding me? I don't know about boxing. I've never boxed. But basketball, yeah. These guys are buying $200. I mean, when we were growing up, Converse was like, what, $25?
Mm-hmm.
$200 shoes. I don't own any of them. I mean, come on.
Converse has revamped their way. They're expensive now.
There are people that are collecting those things now.
Yeah.
They got hundreds of shoes in a different. Yeah, I just never got into that. That's elitism in anything because it's not the sport. It's the people.
Who makes the Adidas? Is that German?
I don't know. I don't know who owns Adidas. They've been around it, from soccer.
Yeah,
they're real big in soccer. Yeah. I don't know who owns them.
I think it's Germany or something. But
the elitism comes from people. People are elitist. Think about it. You have classes in society. That's where it comes from. It's not the sport. It's people. The sport is a fragment of society. There's elitism in everything. You go to work. They got a room. You go to the airport, they got a club. You know, not everybody waiting on the airplane in the same place. You get in the airplane, they got first class. I mean, come on, guys.
Society.
It's
man.
society. That's not the sport. Don't blame the sports. It's people.
Yeah.
People are real big into that foolishness. Yeah, don't fall for that.
Circle of trust.
yeah. So this is Eddie Arnold. He says, "Hello, roadies. Hey, Paul, you're my hero. Love your coolness." All right.
Thank you.
Way to go. Eric Nell, thanks, Def, for opinion regarding the dynamic saddle. Jeffrey Davis, the cyclists don't care. Jeffrey says cyclists don't care. It's just people. People are elitists. You know, you look around you. You know, well, you know, they got classes of cars, houses. You know, you notice in the U.S. we ride past these big houses, and you don't see any people because they're at work. They're at work to pay for those houses. Sometimes mom and dad got to go to work. They're always at work to pay for the house.
That's why you have to buy what you can afford.
You need to get a small house so you're home more instead of a big house you got to go pay for.
You're gonna enjoy yourself more.
Yeah, they work to pay for all the stuff and all the cars and the boats and other stuff. You know, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. I just wanted to point that out. Nah, it's people. It's not the sports. Let's see here. This is Clock Cutter. I've lots of ideas about elitism in U.S. cycling, but part of it comes from the fact that rookies are dangerous in fast group rides. They're not dangerous on basketball courts. Oh, of course they are. You can turn your ankle. Some idiot puts his foot under you when you go to get a rebound. Yeah, I played basketball. Yeah, it's everywhere. And that's okay. Well, the point is this. If you don't teach the rookies, you're not feeding the sport.
Yeah.
For the sport to live, you have to have a pipeline. Just like anything, you have to have juniors and so forth and so on. So just snubbing your nose down at somebody kills the sport.
Yeah.
So that's the thing people need to think about. Somebody needs to educate the rookies. The rookies get sorted out. When the pace gets hot, they're not there.
Yeah.
If you have it, because you have to ride enough to be able to hold on. That's why they tell you stay near the front. Yeah. That's the reason, because you have to be strong to stay near the front. So yeah, you can't avoid every accident, but once the pace gets hot, it will sort itself out. And that's why those of you who have seen the film, there was a guy named Dan Horseplaying. Remember, he was horsing around, twitching. You know, that's why I went and just started riding hard.
Yeah.
So people can focus on riding. You have a lot of problems when people are playing around, the pace is low and everybody's there. That's when, not paying attention. So yeah, you know, but people need to teach the rookies. That's why we set up this channel, because everybody's intimidated about going to a group ride for that very reason. Because a lot of the guys, I went through it. You're doing something, whether it was right or wrong, doesn't matter. Yeah. They don't say anything, and then they just give you an attitude. That doesn't teach you anything.
Yeah.
So
you pass them, they have different opinion about you passing too close.
Yeah.
Call left. Call right.
Yeah, you know, call left, call right. I don't call nothing. If I'm riding my bike and a car comes by, they don't say on your left. They just go. So when I'm passing another cyclist, I give them plenty of room. I don't pass them in their personal space, especially if we're not riding together. I give them plenty of room. I go by to where I'm not startling them. And then if they look, I usually just wave. Or as I go by, I say morning or whatever. I don't pass somebody so close to startle them. Or some of them, you'll be riding on your left. I mean, it's early in the morning. I don't want to hear nobody yelling. You know, what the hell are you telling me on my left? I mean, what am I doing that's bothering you? I'm riding here. So whether you yell on your left, it's not going to change what I'm doing. All you need to do is go on by instead of yelling early in the morning. I came out, because when you're riding, usually you're in your own world, especially when you're riding solo. You're in your own world. You don't need somebody startling you. And as I go by other cyclists, I give them enough room, pass. If they look, then I just, usually my hands on the bar, just do this. Just a little wave. I don't even lift my hand. And most of the riders will just nod or something. That's all. That's all I need to do. Just being courteous and go by. You don't need to pass by the elbow because you're a cyclist. Yeah. A lot of them will speed up to catch up to you. And then when they pass you, they can't go anymore. Then they slow down, and you coming back up to them because you're holding. We see that all the time.
I
Like,
had
oh.
that yesterday.
You were riding yesterday. I don't, I just like, whatever. Yeah, I don't, it's like, I don't know what they're trying to prove. They have to pass you. The drivers do the same thing. Oh, there's a cyclist. I got to pass him. Even though I'm turning right in that driveway he's almost at. I got to pass him because the world would end if I get behind him.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Pass him in turn.
Yeah. They do the same thing when you're driving your car to get in front of you, cruising to get in front of you and turn. So we get a lot of that. I don't let it ruin my ride or anything. You just kind of, you adjust and then you go. So that's the reason we look for quiet roads for the workouts.
Yeah.
And the same thing during the week, we have loops where you have very low volume of traffic because I want to work out. I don't want to go sit in traffic. So people come on the videos, oh, your roads are nice and this and that. I always let them know we've got our share of crappy roads. I just don't go there to ride. I don't want them to think this is no, what do you say? This is no utopia for cycling here. We've got a lot of crappy roads in this town that I wouldn't even want to drive my car on. You remember Shepherd. You go into the city on Shepherd.
Yes.
And all. They've been trying their best with the new mayor. Think about it. Our roads in the city are so bad. Our mayor ran on. One of his slogans for the promotion of his run for mayor was fixing potholes.
Yes.
They voted for him because he was going to fix potholes.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have it here at Tri-Lakes.
Yeah.
Tri-Lakes is a rural.
Yeah. I mean, and it's there. This is the roads fall apart. We have a lot of rain and, we have our soil here is clay. That's a lot of stuff, and so they do their best. But yeah, we've got crappy roads, but we intentionally plan our routes to head out. And so the roads that you're seeing are farm country roads, suburban roads outside of the metro Houston. We live outside of metro Houston. Where Robert Tangler lives is called Tomball. It's outside of the metro Houston. Yeah. You probably have to drive maybe 45 minutes to get into the city from Tomball or from here. So we're not in the city anyhow when we start. So when we ride from my home, we're in the suburbs. So you see a lot of concrete roads with the expansion. Yeah, that's suburb stuff. And then we head out farm country, even quieter than where we start. So I'm not going to ride in this. They have a ride called Tour de Houston. Yeah. You couldn't pay me to do that crap.
Don't try it.
Tour de Houston. I mean, the roads are like, I don't know if they've gotten better. I know I think about what's the road here?
Is that the ride?
Shepherd Curve.
They do it at night or something?
I don't know if it starts at night, but it starts in the city. They come up to get around the Shepherd Curve area. They tour Houston. And, between the railroad tracks and because they got a train downtown now and all that stuff. Not all the roads there are bad, but it's enough to deal with. Yeah. And to pay money to go do that? No. They have that every year. So no, we've got our share.
Yeah, we seek the good roads, guys. That's just the way it is.
Okay, here. Howard Bassey said, hello, Paul. After I've looked online for the write-up of Steve Hawks about the SMP, but I found just a small. Do you have any direct link towards that? I don't know what you mean by a small article. There should be, well, if you type SMP, let's see here, I can find it. Because I bought his book and everything, but it's not in there. This one's free. Let's see. SMP Steve Hogg. There we go. Yeah. SMP Steve Hogg popped up, so it's popular. There we go. All about SMPs. That's from 2011. He wrote that a long time ago. Oh, yeah, this is it. Here's the link. Hold on. Copy. Who is that? Who's asking? Howard Bassey. Yeah, Howard. That's the link. Very informative. I didn't join his Prime or any of that stuff. He's got like a club you can join, become a Prime member to have access to specific stuff. And that's something down the road maybe we'll do too. But we've got the people who have access to our premium videos are our Patreon members. All our patrons have access to premium videos. And I'm designing a video on a better way to verify your saddle height is coming out. I'm going to put that out there on Patreon as well. So he's got like what he called Prime. We're going to use Patreon for that. So there'll be extra stuff coming out, premium stuff that our patrons, we want to reward the people that produce our videos. They're producers of the video. So yeah, that's the link. That's what I read. Everything about SMP is there. Okay. Dev Miller, let's see. Jeffrey David, I think elitism exists in other sports. Look at the pricing of top of the line golf club. Yeah, exactly. It's people. It's not, it's just, you don't need that. And that's why I say when riders come, there was a guy that said, I'm new to cycling. What's a bike for a beginner? And what I said was any bike you can afford. There is no beginner bike. I'll use this analogy. When I was buying my first home, the realtor said, why don't you get a starter home? Think about it. Who benefits from a starter home? That means you're buying a home that you don't plan to stay in too long. Then you got to sell it again. Mm-hmm. So the realtor, the title company, all of them are in your pocket repeatedly. I just need to get the home I need. I don't need to buy no starter home. So don't get a starter bike. Just get a bike and be done. Yeah. Be done. Use your money for other things.
Bike you can ride.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. All right, we got that. All right. Chris Rexberg, Paul, what are your cycling goals this year?
Chris. Okay. Continue doing the same thing I'm doing now. Riding longer, continue improving. The other thing we've talked about is, taking our ride on a different level, meaning we're going to ride more with more steam,
more power.
So yeah, that's going to be, just continue improving in an area where I need improvement, like more power. And
it's funny. It's funny he asked that.
Yeah,
that's what we're working on in the studio this morning.
Exactly.
That's secret though. We can't tell you about it. You will just see it on the road.
So yeah, that's it, Chris.
We're in like a wind tunnel this morning, tuning Paul on his bike. So yeah, you'll see it on the road. Yeah. There's big plans coming.
All of that is tied into one common goal.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Chris Williamson vlogs. Hey guys, entering my first race tomorrow in Bertram, Texas. Well, good luck out there. Have fun at it. Relax.
Enjoy.
Warm up. Get there and warm up properly, and just have fun and try to learn about the dynamics of it. Don't worry too much about the result. Just make sure you enjoy it.
Yeah. At
this point, it's early in the season. Let's see here. Mansoor. Hello, Elder than Paul. Nice to see you together and hang out. Yeah, it just worked out. Paul came to sign jerseys today. So we had to take care of our man Christopher Roxbury's jersey that he won.
Yeah.
So we're going to be rewarding the patrons with more stuff besides just the standard discounts and other things that are out there. So we decided to start giving away some of the stuff that people send to the channel, to our patrons. So that's cool. Davide Brunati, the guys that you ride with, do they ever watch your channel? Yeah, Randy is one of them that is a supporter of the channel. He signed up as a super legend. I don't know if the rest of them do. I don't believe they do. I believe Randy does. Now, I have heard one or two of them say they've seen some of the things, but they can't be learning a whole lot because they're making the same mistakes every week.
Yeah, some of them do. You can just catch from the statement that they make. You know that they saw it somewhere. So we know they're watching.
Yeah.
So.
The people who are benefiting from it's kind of like you go to school and you read the chapter, you take the exam, and then you make a C. Then the next time you make a B. The teacher realizes this guy's learning. Yeah, he's improving. We don't see that with everybody. We see that with Randy.
Yeah, Doug is another one.
Doug shot. You guys saw his outfit the last Saturday. I was talking about the green. He got it from the channel.
Doug Martin too. Remember?
Yes.
He's another one.
Yes, Doug. So yes, some of them are watching, but not nearly enough. Yeah. And that's the way it is. Some people, think about it. You guys been to school. All of you sit in a class. You get the same lecture. Some people make F. Some people make A.
That's life.
The information is there. If they choose not to make themselves, take advantage of the information, then there's not much we can do about it. And that's why we had to make an executive decision on Saturday and just keep going instead of all the waiting. And the same thing I told you guys, Mo mentioned his group. There are people that do similar things. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. I bring these videos, I point those things out so that because I know you will see it. And so when you see it, it's not going to be a surprise because you will see it. It's not just these guys.
Yeah. And the fact that we have a good group of people in this community already, the information is going out from here to all the other places. That's the beauty of it.
Yes. You are going to see these little things. And the reason is that we're trying to set you at ease if you've never done a group ride or if you just started, so that you can know that. See, when you're armed with information, you can relax. You're not worried about what the next guy is thinking. You already know what the rules are. So it doesn't matter. So now you can just focus on riding because you know what not to do and what to do. That's what these are about. And that's why I invest the time. Paul invests the effort, making sure we get good shots and so forth. But I invest the time in editing and narrating so that instead of me standing in the studio and telling you theoretically, you're seeing it.
Mm-hmm. As we go.
And it just has a better impact. And it makes this channel very unique. We didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. It'd be easy to just film and upload the video.
And guys, we also talk a lot about things we see on the road, and we learn also from it a lot. We learn it with you as we, see the film come up and whatever. We watch it over and over to pick up on things that we missed on the road while we were riding.
Yeah, Mansoor just said a lot of positive energy here. Yeah, Mansoor, that's what this is about. I want everybody to come to this channel and invest their time because a lot of people come here to skim through stuff. If you're not watching all of it, that's kind of like skimming through the chapter and going to take the test.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little dicey. You have to invest the time. I invest the time. Believe it or not, it's important. When I do the premiere, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I'm watching that film for the first time.
Yeah.
When I'm working with the film, and you can talk to anybody who works with film, I work in pieces. Mm-hmm. There's a timeline. Get this little piece, and I don't get to see the whole thing. I get the sections, and I work on those pieces, and I start to tell the story. But when I do the premiere, I'm seeing the story for the first time in full, meaning the music, all the pieces, how they come together, because I saw the little snippets and the segments, but I didn't see the entire work, all the graphics and everything. They're all put together. It's kind of like you make a recipe, and I'm seeing the cake come out of the oven for the first time. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the premieres, if you've noticed, there are a lot of questions I don't answer. I will answer questions about the movie and nothing else because I want to watch it. It's like we're sitting in the theater, and if you're sitting next to me and you're asking me about something that has nothing to do with the movie, you're taking me away from the movie. Yeah. Or if you're asking me about, what's that headlight in the movie? Those are the questions I respond to because we're watching the movie. I've told a few people, save it for the live stream and stuff like that because I want to watch the movie for the first time myself and enjoy just like you guys. It may seem weird that I worked on it, but I didn't get to see the whole picture. I work in sections. They come in clips.
And we're watching it the same time with you guys.
Yes, that's what I love about the premiere because Paul and I used to have to, before the premiere feature was there, Paul and I would call each other, run the movie, and ask for the timestamp to be synced. Now I don't have to do that. That's why we try to do it where we see it. So just know that when the premieres come, I'm seeing it for the first time. Same thing with the videos I release. I don't sit there watching the whole thing. Yeah. I work on sections of it, and the software splices them together. Yeah. And so I get to see the whole thing. Now I know the quality's there because each section I work on, I want to make sure that message is clear. Yeah. But to see everything together, the graphics, the music.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it just like you for the first time. So it's new to me, believe it or not. Yeah. So it's kind of like I wanted to put that in there so people understand. Now, let's see here. You guys are right with did you ever watch? Let's skip. We've done that. Yeah. And what's the weather like there? Cloudy today. but it's warm. It's like 60s.
Yeah.
It's in the 60s. It's warm and foggy this morning, but it's going to change in the morning. It's going to keep getting cooler overnight. It will get to like 50s, which is like 10, 60s, like 18C, 19C Celsius. And then we'll get to 50 in the morning. It will start there. Then we'll keep going down. So from 12C to like 6 or 5 with a lot of wind, 25 miles per hour. That's what, 40 kilometers?
Yeah.
So 40-kilometer winds tomorrow is forecasted. Gusts.
Yeah.
So it's going to be brutal. So we were working on aerodynamics today before this thing. We're gonna have our nose over the stem tomorrow. I don't let the wind stop me. Find the right gear.
Yes.
And work. You're gonna be working. You're just not gonna be going as far.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a brutal day. You will see a lot of people will turn around. The wind is tough. Wind and hills. Yeah. It plays on the mind. It's the mind that quits first before the body. Yeah. So it's gonna be tough out there. And a lot of weaker riders that don't draft very well will get dropped. It's hard in the wind because what happens? People have a tendency to go too hard in the wind. Why? Because we want to go fast. We don't. You see, we will not accept that it is windy or hilly. We still want to go fast. That's what makes the ride rough in the wind. And that's what's going to happen tomorrow. They always do that. They will go too fast and it will just poof. The group will splinter all over them. We look like vagabonds. Even the drivers be sorry for us. I'm telling you, that's how we look on the road. You saw last week all over Raven Chapel like with lost children. That's cycling, man. Cycling is an awesome sport. I'm telling you. You gotta love it. I'm telling you, you gotta have the bug. Let's see what we got here. Sugar Shack 74. That's a cool name. Oh, that was the person that asked about the weather. Then he said, I commute on my commuter bike, but do not ride distance with my road bike because it's frigid here in New York City. Yeah, It's cold. If it's too cold for you to tolerate, just ride the trainer if you want to work out. It's more efficient anyway. You can get a good workout in 30, 45 minutes. You don't have to deal with traffic. Yeah, it's just when it gets below freezing, I'm not going to be out there. I tell you guys, we don't get there that often, but no, it's not fun. So don't get me wrong. Let's see, your video on drop bar width helped me a lot, and I got some carbon bars on sale for $99 last week. Well, that's good, Sugar Shack. Make sure you support this channel that's helping you so much. Don't be shy. Let's see here. Steven UK just ordered an S&P Dynamic. Hope it's as good as you say, or we'll be sending the boys round. Well, I'll tell you what, when the boys come, send the saddle with them. I'll keep it. Steven. Paul K, good evening. Yeah, you will love it. Get the Dynamic. It fits most hip sizes. That's what that's based on. And once the key is that you get it set up correctly now. Just set it up. There's a general thing to where when you get a Dynamic, you should expect your setback to increase, meaning the Dynamic is best with more setback, usually 1 centimeter or more than what you're normally used to on your current saddle setback. That's what, because you want to sit in the saddle. So set it up correctly, you should be fine. Paul K, good evening. Good evening, Paul K. Howard Bassey, thank you, guys. I'm having some trouble setting up mine. Made some tweaking. We'll see on this week. Good to see you together finally. If you continue to have problems and you need help, sign up for our remote fit. We'll get you taken care of. Just watched the video on the flyweight bib shows just for information. I bought these. Yeah, that's Paul K. I bought these and used them over the summer. I had 2 pairs fail at the stitching. It could have been my fault. It's possible now. Yeah, it's possible. Remember when in the video I said if you're pulling it up, be careful, not near the stitching. Good thing is, for the life of your product, Rafa will repair it for free. And when Rafa ship you stuff, they send a shipping label. Yeah, a label, so you don't have to spend any money. I keep the shipping bags. They usually come in those black plastic bags.
Oh, I ship those overshoes back. The The one that you like, the black and
The
pink?
black and pink?
Yeah, because remember I ordered the extra large.
Oh, you need the smaller size?
Yeah, so I send them back. They're gonna send me just exchange.
Just change the size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a
Rough
big
is
size.
really good.
When it's big, it's like it bunches up underneath.
And they are pointy on the front. So
it wasn't grabbing the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was too big for you. You need a lot. But Rafa sizing, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
The sizing on their overshoes, they need to work on that. And you know, it's not my company. They should be aware of it. They've got a size L/XL.
Yeah.
Then it says 8 to 13.
Yes.
So how do you know where you are?
Yeah, I talked to them about it in the customer service, and they're like, "Oh, just return it." They couldn't. I said, "What are the limits between the large?"
8 to 11 is large, and then 12 and up is XL. Is it really that difficult to do it on a website? Come on, guys. That's the way they used to do it. Who's the genius that lumped 2 categories of sizes in an overshoot? They're going to spend a lot of money on these kind of returns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just make no sense, you know. So let's see here. Because I know my size because I have the other overshoot, but most people don't. So here, let's see here. Howard, thank you guys. I'm having some trouble. Okay, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So Paul K, he said, I went back to the standard type V2. Standard type V2. Oh, I think he just bought the bib shorts too.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you just maybe something happened. I don't know, but you saw the one that I tried on, and if it does tear, I'm keeping that one because it gets hot here. And if it does, for the life of the garment, one thing I like about Rafa, when they repair your stuff, you cannot tell it's been repaired. They're not patching it. They send it to the tailors.
Right.
I had a jersey, some of you may remember, my Felice Gimondi jersey, which I was very attached to, limited edition, with UMC when my carbon bars catastrophically broke and I flipped over.
Right.
That was the last day I rode carbon bars. I'm back on aluminum bars. Yeah, apparently they had a crack and I didn't know about it. It just gave out and caused me to fall. Well, the middle pocket had a tear on my jersey. I was like, man. So I got a cut on my arm. I'm more concerned about a tear on my jersey. My wife looked at me like I was smoking crack.
Yeah. Also, in a video that we just released recently, you were talking about how to pull up your shorts. Don't pull it up where it's being sold because you can damage the garment.
You can pull the I've done that.
He mentioned that on the video, so I'm sure you check that
I've
out.
actually done that damage on my protein bib shorts with the pads. The chamois, remember? I had to send it back. They stitched it because I pulled with the pad, and just heard, oh, you hear that sound? You're like, oh, and so so that's the thing. And I just like think about it. What other company out there selling garments will repair your garments, even if you crash, for free?
Yeah.
And if they cannot repair it, they will give you 50% off either the same or comparable item. Because if the item is discontinued,
you're right.
So people can say what they want about Rafa. They're in a niche on their own. Yeah. Nobody else is doing that.
That's a win-win.
So but maybe you got one that is, they're sold by people. Something happened, but no, I didn't have any problems with the one I did the review on. Let's see here. Devery Andrews just stopped in to see what you guys are up to. Get them K's in. Well, good to see you here, Dev. Craig Belton. Good afternoon. Hey, Craig. Chris Roxbury. Paul, how long have you been riding seriously? What made you decide to take your cycling to another level?
Good question. Well, it started out actually with the injury, cycle injury to my knee. And the cycling was actually recommended by one of the physicians that, treated me for the injury. He said, to get it more, to get the relief from your knee, you need to cycle. And that's what I did over the years. And I've been riding for 20 plus years. Started in 94, thereabout. But then when I met this guy,
But you rode with the Continental
Yeah,
team, though, right?
Yes.
The Continental Airlines team.
Yes, I rode with a lot of guys in my place of work. I work for United, of course, but back then it was Continental.
It was Continental
Yeah,
United.
we had a team. So I rode with those guys, and I had also, a bunch of guys that we were close from within the Continental, but we just did our own thing separately. So after one of my closest buddy passed away, I kind of took the time off. I took a year
You
off.
had a year off.
Yeah. So then I think it's Alan.
Yeah, Alan's wife, Donna. He worked with.
I worked with one of the guy in the UMC team that introduced me to the group UMC, and then that's when I met Eldred, and we've been
like 2016.
Yeah,
that's 2016. Yeah,
right.
And you had been off like a year.
Yeah, previous to that. So, yep.
So what made you want to take after meeting us? You want well before you answer, when he met us, the first thing I told him was
I needed a fit.
Well, before that, though, we were standing at the stripes. He came. He was with the group. You guys who saw him in the older videos, we used to start on Goslin. Yeah. And then we'd turn on North Crest. He would come through our neighborhood. Yeah. And Paul was there. We're talking. The three of us at the back of the group. And then I told them we got to get up there. The guys were going off the road. So we rode up. And then Paul was having trouble with the pace. So Alan stayed back with Paul because Paul was Alan's guest because Alan's wife
worked with
had hooked us up, and said, hey, this guy ride bike, go ride with these guys. So we got to the stop, the stripes. Yeah. And Paul was standing against the wall because he and Alan had gotten dropped, or Alan stayed with him. Yeah. And he looked a little disappointed. He's standing up against the ice machine, similar to what you guys saw in Richards. Yeah. And I walked up, and I didn't know him. I walked up to him, and then I think either he told me or someone said he'd been off a year.
Alan told you.
Yeah, Alan said, this is Paul. I said, hi, he's been off a year. So the first thing I said to him was, because I could tell by his face he was disappointed and discouraged. First thing I said to him was, if you've been off a year, you're riding with the right group, because you cannot expect to be able to keep up with us if you've been off a year, because that means we're not doing the right thing. Yeah. That's what I told him. Yeah, that was the motivation. Most people would take that the wrong way, but he took it the right way, because the point I was making was, why are you disappointed? You're supposed to be dropped. Yeah. You've been sitting around for a year. What do you think we're doing here? Messing around? That was what it was. And so that's how he took it, because that was my intent. And so I don't know from that point on what that did for him. Yeah. Actually, after that conversation, Alan talked to you and okay. Alan sent me a text and said, Paul lives on your side of town, because Alan lives further away across 45. Paul lives within 10 minutes of my house. We're neighbors practically. Alan said, you guys live together. Why don't you try to hook up with him so you guys can ride together? Alan did not know I did fit. Alan did not know anything about what I did, because they never asked. I never told. Like I told you guys, I go ride. I just go ride. Mm-hmm. And so they never knew. So I think I called you. Yeah, you called me that Sunday, because we rode on Saturday. And you and Alan exchanged the numbers and whatever. But I expected actually to hear from you that Saturday. Okay. But nothing. Our schedule just didn't match. And the Sunday, that's when you called me. Did we ride that Sunday? Yeah, we did. Yeah, okay. So I called you. I had to have called you earlier in the week or something. Yeah. And then we planned and hooked up on that Sunday. And we went on our first ride. We're riding. Yeah. And Paul's riding, and his bike is not tracking. Yeah. He's riding. You know how when you hold something so tightly, you have no control. Yeah. It's kind of like he's not relaxed. I noticed that we're riding and we're talking, and he bumps me. And we're just riding and talking. Well, I've seen that. I had seen that before. I knew what caused it. And I told him immediately, I said, you're holding your bars too tight. So your line is not smooth or something. And I don't know if it was the same day that we did the fit or not. Yeah, because after that ride. We're on Creekside. Yeah, we were on Creekside. After that ride, we came home over here on the studio. And then you start explaining to me about the fit
again, back then when we rode, I didn't know you did fit either.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody.
Because that was a hidden treasure that no one knew.
Well, they never asked, and I don't go on the bike ride to sell anything. I just help the necessary people.
Yeah.
But when we came, I remember when we came, you were open to it.
Right.
I told you before we got here, I said, the saddle looks high. Then you started telling me about all the aches in your neck.
The pain
in your neck that you were having. I said, your saddle looks high. I said, you're very uncomfortable on your bike. You have a lot of weight on the steering. That's why you bumped me. I explained to you while we were out there why you bumped me.
Mm-hmm.
And so we rode back to the house, put your bike on the trainer, and did your saddle. I measured your inseam. Yeah. It was dark by the time we were done.
Right.
And so we did the saddle first. And you were like, man, this feels different.
Because the ride was like up to maybe around 6 we were done. But we stayed on the studio that same night.
The same night, because we rode back to the house. Yeah.
Until probably 9, 10, thereabout.
Because I was explaining to you what I was doing, because I needed you to understand what the changes were.
Yeah.
When we measured your saddle, you were 5 centimeters. That's about 2 inches too high.
Yeah.
That was just amazing. So what I said to you was amazing. You can even ride this bike.
Yeah.
You know, so when we set up the stuff, I did not mess with the front end. I just did the saddle. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't wait to go ride. And I said, well, it's dark.
Yeah.
And so you
remember.
Yeah, so you left, and I will explain this and let you tell him what made you change, because he wants to know what made you decide to take your riding to the next level. So we did the saddle, and then he came back, and then I told him we can always do the front end. Another time he was like, no, let's do it now.
Right.
I had extra stems. I always keep extra stems. His stem was very short.
Yeah.
Lengthened his stem, measured his reach.
You're right.
And nailed it. And he started sleeping with the bike in the room. He told me the bike was like
no, but the after the fit, the relief of the pain on the shoulder, on my lower back, all of the pain I was feeling was immediately disappeared. I mean, and that in itself made me enjoy my bike more, wanted to ride more. And then the other challenge was I knew before my capability as far as riding, long and with the guys at this caliber.
Yeah.
So I then realized at that point that I was shortchanging myself in the fit and my ability to ride. So after the fit, I then decided that I was going to put the time in, and that was riding frequently. Like, he kept telling me, just go ride your bike. Just go stay on your bike. So I took that literally as, just continue practicing and whatever. So the other challenge was keeping up with the group, because keep in mind now I was off
a whole year.
The whole
UMC.
year.
What I told him was, I prepared him and said, look, you're going to fall off the pace when you ride with UMC.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Finish the ride.
Yeah.
At all costs. I said, they get dropped too. So in a short while, he started to see that these guys who were riding away from him, as he continued, they were sitting on his wheel like you guys saw last week.
Yeah.
They were getting dropped too, but just up the road where he had not been able to see them.
To see, exactly.
And then he said, oh, that's what but you also, there were other things that happened. Your wife went and bought you Giro shoes.
Yes.
You had CD shoes.
I had the CD shoes. I mean, the little things like that just change and continue making me enjoy the ride even more. I got the Giro shoe, and then my saddle was changed too. Remember?
Yes, you bought the SMP because you had that other saddle, and then you bought an SMP. Yeah. And then much later, Alan gave you his SMP, but that was later.
Exactly.
But you started to, the tape, the bar tape. You went with the leather tape.
Right.
We made all these changes, and it got to the point where you started keeping the bike in the room. You told me about it.
Yes, yes. My bike was right next to my bed. That's how dedicated it was. But I kept the gold sample. It was just try to finish the ride with the group. So every weekend that we go out there, I would go from calculating where I got dropped the last time I was out here, and just try to maintain with the group a little bit farther every day. Every time I went with the group, I went farther until I was able to complete the whole ride with the group. That's how that came about. And then once I got comfortable, then I asked for the camera.
Yeah, we used to have the camera on my helmet.
Yeah,
and we started putting
you
down
used
your
to carry
helmet.
everything by
Yeah,
yourself.
I used to carry everything. But that was before the gimbal. You know, the camera used to be on my helmet. Then we started putting on your helmet.
Yeah.
And for the first time since I've been cycling for almost 3 decades, I got to see myself on film when Paul finally got the camera. I think it was on your helmet the first time.
Yeah.
And I told him, man, you know, I know how it feels. I've never seen myself ride.
Yeah. At that point, I wanted you to see how I saw you.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think I described to you how.
Well, you were saying that I was patrolling the group.
Yeah, you were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Exactly what Mo.
I think that Chris needs to hear that.
Yes.
So what I think the fact that, because Chris wants to know what made you decide to take your riding to another level.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's the point. That when I would go out with the UMC, I would see Eldred going from the back to the front and just patrolling the whole group.
Just making sure all the riders are together.
Yeah.
Nobody's off the pace.
So I was like, oh man, he does it with such ease. I wanted to do that. I wanted to be as form-wise. I mean, his way of pedaling and riding was it looked smooth.
That's what Jeffrey said the last time. Jeffrey Davis said
it just looked smooth.
Yeah.
And not to say that the other guys were not as good, but his fit was just what I was looking for. So I picked up on it immediately, and I came to him and I said, hey man, I see how you're moving in a group. I want to do that.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
Yeah, I said, I want to do that. So what he did is he took me out on some afternoon. Remember? Some afternoon we just went and rode easy, and he started showing me when he stands up and the way he sits down. It was just one motion. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, similar to the video that I made. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I wanted him to see when I start filming, because this actually was the part that actually made me want to hold the camera, because I wanted him to see what I see on a regular basis on a group ride. So I put the camera on him, start filming him to get him to see what I wanted to accomplish for me. Okay, so that's how that came about, and that's what give me the motivation to work even more on the things that I wasn't doing well all this time. So
we started. What we did was, after we did his fit, at that time he was getting dropped by UMC, and what I told him was, just finish the ride each time. Don't stop to get the kilometers in your legs.
Right.
And he consistently did that. Within 3 months, I expected it to take 6 or more.
You had told me it's going to take you. You said be realistic. You took off 1 year. It's going to take you 6 months or close to that, even a year, to get to where you used to.
Yes, because at that time you did not have a trainer.
Right.
And I told you, put it on your list so you can get your indoor trainer, so your training can be consistent.
Right.
But once Paul got his trainer, within 3 months, we broke away from UMC.
Yeah.
And once that happened, he was not popular anymore in the group. They did not. Yeah, there's something about that group that did not like the fact that he didn't keep getting dropped.
Yeah.
It's like they almost enjoyed the fact that they were dropping people, because there were people that would come to that group and get the same result every week, meaning they continue to get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
His improvement was so obviously meteoric that they kept asking him, what are you doing? What
kind of training are you doing?
And he would tell them, I'm training with Coach E.
Yeah, I used to call him Coach
And
T.
yeah, he started that, and it just, he would tell me about it because I wouldn't be around when they were talking. He would tell me about it, and then he kept asking me, didn't any of them ask you? Nobody asked you? Every time he'd come to the house. So one day his wife came with him wanting to know, what is it you guys talk about? Because he's here for 3 hours and his phone is on mute, whatever, but she can't reach it for a period of time. What do you guys talk about? And then she came and we put on the TV in that room, YouTube and whatever. And she saw. That was the day I was setting up the Blue Bible.
Right.
She saw how the topics in cycling, just like on this live session, just evolve. And that was when Paul was saying, I think it was about the time you said, you need to help other people. I would explain stuff to him. He says, just too much information.
Yeah, it was too much because you were covering everything from the fit to my training, what I had to do. And all of that to me was just compounded on this big ball of information that I couldn't, have a place to go and pull the information.
Yeah.
I would ask, we talked about this, and can you repeat what you said about this subject? So I said, man, it would be a good idea to find a place where we can.
So this channel was his idea, and I saw the reason why, because I would give him information and tell him, this is all you're ready for right now.
Yeah.
Then later on, I would give him, like, for the training. Remember, we went to lunch, and I said, now you're ready for a weekly schedule.
Yeah.
I gave him information. And then when I started the channel, he was the first viewer. He'd say, oh, this archive material. But what ended up happening was, by hanging around faster riders, he got motivated to get better.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. And that's the reason why you go to group rides.
Yeah.
We go and we ride with Mo. That pumps us up. I had just been riding, and now all of a sudden we get with Mo. So the day that we were with Mo and Paul was struggling, I could have stayed with those guys in the wind, but it was more of, how can I say, there was more to teach.
Yes.
By staying behind and showing what Mo did.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. It's kind of like last Saturday. I could have ridden up to Mo and then stay with them, but no, there was more to show from the back. How this guy is right there and waving other riders in front.
Exactly.
Why are you waving them in front? They can see those people pulling away.
Yeah.
If they wanted to be that, they would go. You don't need to wave.
Yeah.
Just keep riding. But then you saw their gearing, his pedaling. That's why he couldn't ride with more than them. Mm-hmm. You get to a stop sign, downshift. Just like in a car.
Yeah.
Why are you in your cruising gear at a stop sign? That's what happened. More of them just rode in easier gears. And so I stayed there. That's why I told you, make sure you're getting that.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in what I'm bringing to the channel. I can go ride hard. I'm not going to teach you anything.
Yeah.
So that's what we're for, because you guys are going to see that. It happens on every ride, every Grand Fondo, where that's cycling. That's even in the pro ranks, pro tour. It happens there too. You see them scattered all over the hill because somebody went too hard. And then the next guy, and all of a sudden you're wondering, why is that wheel right there, but he can't close it? Because it's hard.
And it was actually good teaching moment with the Mo's group, because if I would have been the one filming, you guys would have missed a whole lot because of where I was and you
and what you were seeing.
Yes, what I was seeing and what you were seeing what actually made the video interesting. That's why I took the camera. I took the camera because, first of all, I needed you to focus on riding. Yeah. Those guys were able to see how Mo was helping me the entire.
I was upset because I'm like, put your hand on my bike. Hey, I gotta climb too.
You were doing fine.
You gotta push me. You're pushing Paul. He's out there pushing Paul, encouraging. I said, look at this guy. But it was cool to see, though. It was just cool, Mo. It was nice to see such a. As I said, Mo lived the life of a professional bicycle racer.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him.
Yes, that's like having Chris Froome in your neighborhood when he's 51.
Yeah.
Mo turned 52.
Yeah.
And he's still in top condition. Imagine Cipollini in your backyard at 52 riding with you.
Oh, Lance Armstrong.
Oh,
And
Lance.
those guys.
Lance is still strong.
Yeah.
Lance is still strong. The old man is still strong. That's what I thought was your phrase.
Yes.
Those boys are out there, and you can learn a lot from them. You go to Austin, anytime when I lived in Austin, at any given big ride, you never know who would show up.
Yeah.
We got to ride with Motorola and all those guys. It was fun. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's still strong.
Yeah, these boys are strong. Let's see what these guys are talking about. We've been talking about. Let's see here.
I think we were here with Chris.
Right there. See the mouse?
Yeah,
right here. That's where we're. So Craig Belton said, "Good afternoon, Craig," and then Valiant Flawed. Yeah, welcome, Valiant. Yeah, Valiant. Amal Abdul Khalik. Did you ever make a video explaining the different type of handlebar drops? I don't think I talked about the drops, but I talked about your handlebar width. Yeah. Shallow versus deep. Look in the bike fit section. You will see how to set up your cockpit. I believe I discussed that in the handlebar, the cockpit setup. Yeah. Look in the bike fit playlist for the handlebar cockpit setup, something like that. Or just type handlebar setup. You will get that on the channel. This John says, good to see you in high vis gear. Hey, John Bailey says, I get so frustrated seeing riders in all black and gray. Yeah, I mean, it's okay if they do it on a sunny day. That's what I talk about. If it's sunny, but if it's cloudy, I wouldn't. It matters what colors you wear on a particular day. I give that a lot of thought. I agree. Even though I have lights, I don't wear black on a cloudy day. Yeah, you guys know that. Even in the prologue, it's going to be sunny. I'm going stealth. Yeah, you got to mix it up right. Lots of drivers with bad vision, and these guys are impossible to see. I don't want to hit anyone. I don't either. Nobody does. Yeah. Let's see. A couple of weeks ago, you gave me advice about my TT Fit. There's no my triathlete. That advice changed everything. What advice? I don't remember. He said the aero position is so comfortable now. I managed to do a half with no pain in my back. Thanks.
Who's that?
Nomad triathlete. I remember vaguely. I mean, I give so much stuff. I don't know what advice I gave because it had to be pretty general. I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm glad that it helped you. Because whenever I give advice to people I haven't worked with, I qualify stuff. So I'm sure you used the information correctly. Yeah. Well, that's good to know the channel helped you. We appreciate that. The super legends here appreciate that too. Brian King, can I get your 2 cents? Last weekend, I was riding on a 12% downhill, had 30 to 40 kilometer per hour wind in my back. That means you're flying. Mm-hmm. He was doing 82 kilometers an hour. That's in excess of 50 miles an hour. And my bike started shaking so bad I could barely hold onto my handlebars. Yes. That's your front end doing that shaking. Some bikes, depending on how fast you get, if it's shaking like that, two things you want to look at. Make sure that your headset is not loose in any way, shape, or form. That's where I would start.
Remember, you corrected that problem with my
yeah. Because if the headset is too loose or too tight, it affects your handling. And it's only going to show up at certain speeds. It's kind of like the balance on your tire in the car, where at 50 is shaking and 65 is fine. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. So the headset adjustment is critical. And a good way to check that is grab the front brake and rock the bike. If there's any movement or play, the headset needs to be adjusted. Yeah. Now, that means it's loose. If it's too tight and you pick up the bike and you spin it, it won't move freely. It will be kind of notchy. That means it's too tight. Mm-hmm. So you need to get somebody to check that headset. Make sure there's nothing wrong with the fork physically. That's the third thing. Make sure nothing's...
He said he was genuinely scared of my life.
It
was scary.
Yeah, you know, the stability of the front end, that's what makes that thing shake. So get that checked and make sure your fork is not damaged in any way, shape, or form. You know, we got a lot of carbon forks out there sometimes. Yeah. You know, so yeah, get it checked out. Get the adjustment of your headset checked out. See if you can do hands-free without it pulling on you. I mean, don't let go. Just put your hand over the bar and see if when you're riding along, you have Like, you know how your car pulls to the right or left. If your bike's pulling, the headset's too tight.
Yeah.
It should not pull. It should be tracking. Okay, and then physically have the fork inspected, and because that twitching tells you there's a problem. It should not be. It should be stable at speed, because 50 is not that. I've gone faster than that. Yeah, it is scary when that happens. That tells you have a problem in the front end. Get it checked out at your LBS or mechanic you trust. Yeah. Barnaby Flores. Hi guys, Paul. What benefits do you think cycling brought to your life?
Well, good health.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. Okay, now Brian is saying the only thing I would think of the deep dish wheels. It's not the deep dish wheels. The deep dish wheels, if the wind hits it, it would move the bike. Mm-hmm. That twitchiness is your headset fork, your handling there. Something's loose somewhere. That twitchiness. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. It's not the wheels. Unless something was loose. Maybe the skewer was loose. It's hard to say. The whole thing needs to be checked out.
Yeah.
So you talk to a good mechanic, explain what you just said on here. They'll know how to diagnose that stuff, because it's not easy for you to replicate. So you got to look at the small things where I talk about play or notchiness, and make sure that wheel was nice and tight too. But I don't know if the wheel would do that. The quick release, but I don't know about that shaking. The shaking, it's possible, but it shouldn't be doing that. That's not normal. You're welcome, Brian. Oh yes, every time I started tapping the brakes, the shakes would increase. Okay. So then it's possible that it could be the wheel. The wheel could have been loose. That skewer may not have been as tight. Make sure that when you put the wheel on the bike and you notch the skewer, it leaves an impression in your hand. If it does not leave an impression or it's too easy, it's too loose. Yeah. You shouldn't have to fight it though. You shouldn't have to get it in there to where you need two hands to open it. No, but it needs to be a cross between not too tight and not loose. And a good gauge is when you close it, it should leave an impression in your palm with no pain. You should just
make sure that wheel is also well true.
Yeah, the trueness. But when he's talking about braking, my concern is the wheel itself being stable in the attachment to that fork. Because when you brake, you're putting pressure on the rim. Yeah. So, get that checked out. Yeah. Get that checked out.
Time to inspect.
Yeah, it's just a troubleshooting thing. Get a good mechanic to look at it. Don't ignore it. It's telling you there's a problem. This guy, El Mascarado, said he had a problem with Easton C90 carbon wheels. He sold them. Maybe there's a problem with the wheel. I don't know if it's because it's deep dish. That shaking tells me something's wrong. And there may be a problem with the wheel, the hub, or something like that. Because if you're braking the rim. So if the wheel is the problem, then get a wheel builder to look at that. Yeah. Robert said Coach E has a nice ring to it.
I thought so too.
Yeah, that's what the guys were not happy with Paul after that. After that, like, I don't know what their problem was. I guess they expected him to keep coming and getting dropped, not breaking away from them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
it was very short. When that happened, I told you, I said, man, I expect you to do this in the fall. It was like spring.
Yeah.
February or March. We rode away from them. Like,
come on.
Yeah, it's like it was in the wind, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So fit is important. They were catching wind to sit high, so all of that matters. Brian says he's going to swap the wheels and test it. Yeah, but make those checks, Brian. Make sure your headset has no play. It's not notchy. All of that is a factor. Your front end needs to be looked at. And the wheel is part of your front end.
Yeah.
Chris said he waited forever to ask you that.
Yeah. I'm glad you have the answer, Chris.
So El Mascarado says the V shape of the front wheel that was causing the shakes. He said aerodynamics have improved. Newer wheels will not have that issue. Could be. And you know what? If you check your headset and all that stuff and they're fine, then switch the wheels. Put a different, like a regular wheel and go down that same climb. You don't have to get to 85, just whatever you're comfortable with. And if it starts to shake, just hold on in the drops. Just that gives you stability when you test it.
Here, Gabe say.
Gabe, hey Gabe, how you doing? Jeffrey Davis was just listening some testimonial. Oh yeah, Jeffrey's responding. Brian King headsets were checked by the shop, no movement. Okay, the bike itself was called Naga C60. Thank you very much for your feedback. Yeah, okay, good. Glad you had the headset done. Headset's always a culprit with stuff like that. So then now go to the wheels, switch them out, make sure it's nice and tight. Go out with a different pair, or different wheel in the front. That can definitely, because you're descending at high speed, depending on what the wind's doing. Maybe that wheel just caught it funny. Yeah, you got to be careful. All right. Currently using ergo bars. Amal Abdul. I'm considering using classic style handlebars. That's why I asked. If you have big hands, Amal, I wear a large glove. My knuckles, when you measure it around, it's about 9 inches. I use deep drop bars. The shallow bars are great for people that have smaller hands. I like the deep drop because it gives you more down, in the front, gets you lower. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. I use the Tornova. I use aluminum bars made by Triple T. The model is called Tornova. It has the classic round. That's what I have on all my bikes. I like I said, I don't do carbon bars anymore. I had a catastrophic failure on one of them. I got them off all my bikes. I use aluminum bars. But it doesn't mean all carbon bars have that problem. You just have to be careful if they fall or whatever, get them inspected. So yeah. The classic style, that's fine. They'll work. I like them. I have 6 positions on the bars. 3 down, 3 up. So yeah, plenty of room. I love it. Opens me up. Let's see here. I am new to riding a bike. This is Miss Joefield. I think it was Julie. Was it?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Yeah. I'm new to riding a bike. How do I overcome the practice of holding the handlebars tightly? And could this be preventing me from steering straight down? Yes, it is. That's what Paul used to do. He was holding the bars too tight, but he was holding it tight because his saddle was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was sitting too high.
Yeah, so Julie, you need a fit. I don't know what kind of bike you have. Make sure it fits you well, because when you have your weight back, you relax. When your weight's not right, you're putting weight on the bars. If you have weight on the bars, you can't steer. Yeah. That's the key. You should never have weight on the bars. You feel like you can play the piano when you're on the bars.
Yeah, every now and then. I had to practice.
Wiggle your fingers. Yeah. But it starts with that saddle. Your weight needs to be on your rear and your feet. Nowhere else. And to get it there, the saddle needs to be high enough and under you in the right spot, so you can sit in the saddle. All right. Let's see here. W. Pelez. Hey, guys. What is the longest climb you've ever done? That's a long time ago. I guess 30 minutes of climbing in a race. I don't know how long it was.
Yeah.
I do it by time. Yeah, I do it by time. So I guess the longest was like 30 minutes in Colorado. I did a race a long time ago. Yeah. But I've worked harder than that. On a flat road or rolling terrain, when we rode with more than them, we're riding for hours hard. So I think he's always just in the climb. Yeah. It's a different kind of discipline, that's all. Hey, Philip. This is Jack Lauren. Hello, all from down under. From the land down under. Jack. Yeah. That's where Suresh Shinapa and Joaquin Michael Hernandez. Yeah. And just as Jack says, Jack said, I recently changed my handlebars from 35.5 to 40 center to center on top. My size of my shoulder is 38. That's perfect. That's perfect. No, perfect. That's what I do. I have 42. I ride 44 center to center. That's what I said in my video. I guess you just either you got lucky or you watched the video. In my video on the channel on your handlebar width, that's what I recommend. Go 2 up.
Yep.
We don't need to change anything. Okay, he wears XL to large glove depending on the brand. Yes. Amal Abdul Khalid. Get deep drop bars. You have big hands.
Excellent.
That's what I wear. Large, extra. You got big hands. Get deep drop. You have more room down there. You can get in that, what we call the, what do I call it? No. On the when we were talking earlier when we were working on your aerodynamics, when I was saying get in the drops and get into the, remember the curve of the bar. There's
the dip drop?
Yeah, there's a word that we use. The hooks.
The hooks.
The hooks. Okay. The hooks. That's what I call it. When you have deep drop bars and you get into the hooks are right behind the brake lever where the curve is at its apex. When you get in there with deep drop bars, you have a lot of room for your hands. Jack, you're welcome. Jack, you're fine. You don't need to change anything. That's the standard rule. You go 2 up. So I do 44 center to center because I'm a 42. You want room so you can breathe. You don't want to be too constricted. I know that people have blogs out there where they say, oh, you want to close the front or go a little small. You're not going to, you need to breathe. You need to get oxygen in so you can generate that power. You need air in your car, just like they do turbocharging. You need air in there, I'm saying in your car, in your engine. You need to be able to breathe properly and relax. That's why fit is important. So if you're getting bars, I assume you've been working on your fit. When your fit is dialed in, you pedal easier. You can pedal all day.
Yep. Julie, just thank you. So.
Julie, you're welcome. But yeah, definitely, Julie, make sure that bike fits you and you will be fine. You will track really well. You will relax naturally. Imagine sitting on the couch and look at what your body does. Really so when the saddle's not comfortable, you don't want to sit because it hurts. And that's what happens. So if you never sit, that weight got to go somewhere. That's what happens to all of us. So we're going to wrap up 157.23. Paul, I want to thank you for joining. Great to have you here.
Good question, guys. Enjoyed it. Hope we can do this again.
Yeah. You patrons, I want to thank you for supporting the channel. Those of you who have benefited from the channel, consider becoming a patron or going to the Veloharmony website, sending us a donation so we can keep this channel going. Christopher Roxbury, Robert Tangler, what's his name? Suresh Shinapa, Joaquin Hernandez, Jeffrey Davis. I'm trying to remember all these patrons. What's his name?
Hey, Chris.
Ronald Davis. He hasn't joined us in a while. And Chris, I'm going to put the jersey in the mail probably Monday. Monday morning, and we'll go out. I'm going to do 1 to 3 day priority mail. You should have it by Wednesday or Thursday. So I want to thank you for coming and joining us, guys. We appreciate your support. We want to make this channel unique.
There we go.
And I love having this connection with you guys where you can ask your questions and so forth. So let's keep this going.
Please come again.
Get your Ks in this weekend. We'll get some clips for you because we're going to be fighting some wins.
Yeah.
Should be fun to see what happens out there. We're going to be like lost children of Israel. All right, all. Have a great weekend. Be good. Be safe out there. You're welcome, Chris.
Bye, guys.
Okay.